Picture this. You're cruising along the Alaskan Highway, marveling at the breathtaking glaciers, when suddenly, you hit a barricade. Why? Because Canada, our friendly neighbor to the north, decided to block the only land route connecting Alaska to the rest of the United States. Sounds absurd, right? But what if I told you this nightmare scenario is dangerously close to reality? Is Canada playing a clever game of chess here, or are they bluffing their way through a high-stakes poker match? Stick with me, because what's happening could reshape the dynamics of North American diplomacy, and fast. Let's set the stage. Alaska isn't just some frozen wilderness on the fringe of the United States, it's a powerhouse. Home to abundant natural resources, strategic military bases, and nearly 750,000 Americans. But there's just one problem: it's physically cut off from the rest of the United States, with Canadian land standing in the way. Enter the infamous Alcan Highway, the vital artery that stitches Alaska to the mainland. Now, historically, this route has been a symbol of cooperation between the United States and Canada. But times, as they say, are changing. And now Canada is threatening to shut it down. Why? Well, they aren't exactly broadcasting their intentions on a loudspeaker. Some suggest it's a response to economic tensions, while others believe it's pure political theater, designed to rattle cages without causing actual fallout. Either way, the move has caught everyone, including Trump, completely off guard. By the way, what do you think Canadians say when they're plotting something dramatic? Let's give them a scare, but keep it polite, eh? Alright, back to the story. Now let's talk about the fallout. Canada's threat isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a full-blown geopolitical curveball. For starters, shutting down the route would disrupt trade, impact tourism, and create logistical headaches for Alaskans. It's like someone taking the batteries out of your TV remote, not life-threatening, but seriously irritating. But here's where it gets messy. This isn't just about logistics, it's about leverage. By blocking the route, Canada might be trying to force the United States into concessions, whether on tariffs, trade policies, or other contentious issues. Think of it as a strategic check in the game of international chess. Trump, however, doesn't take kindly to being checked. His response has been characteristically bold, with fiery rhetoric and promises to handle it in classic Trump fashion. But handling it isn't as simple as tweeting about it. The stakes are sky high, and the wrong move could escalate tensions or worse, spark a full-blown diplomatic crisis. But what if this isn't just about leverage? What if Canada has a deeper, more calculated agenda? Hold on to that thought. Now let's zoom out for a moment. Why would Canada, typically seen as a laid-back, maple syrup-loving nation, take such an aggressive stance? Some analysts believe it's a way to assert their independence and push back against what they perceive as United States overreach. Others think it's a response to Trump's controversial trade policies, which have put strain on the historically strong United States-Canada relationship. But here's the twist. Canada's move isn't without risk. If they follow through on their threat, they could face retaliation from the United States, jeopardizing trade deals and damaging their own economy. It's a classic game of brinkmanship, and both sides are walking a razor-thin line. Speaking of walking thin lines, have you ever tried walking on ice with cowboy boots? Probably safer than navigating United States-Canada diplomacy right now. Act 3, the resolution. So what's the endgame here? For Trump, the challenge is clear. Protect United States interests while avoiding an all-out diplomatic meltdown. That means balancing strong rhetoric with careful strategy, a tricky feat, even for someone as unpredictable as Trump. Meanwhile, Canada has to decide whether to double down on their threat or back off before things get out of hand. It's a high-stakes dance, and neither side can afford to stumble. But here's where the story gets even more intriguing. This isn't just about the United States and Canada. Other countries are watching closely, taking notes on how the world's most powerful nation handles pressure from an unexpected source. The outcome of this standoff could have ripple effects far beyond North America, shaping the future of global diplomacy in ways we can't yet predict. And what if this move by Canada is just the beginning of a larger geopolitical strategy? What if there's more to the story than meets the eye? We're not done yet. In the grand scheme of things, this isn't just a story about a blocked road. It's a story about power, diplomacy, and the complex web of relationships that define the modern world. It's a reminder that even the smallest moves can have the biggest consequences. And as this saga unfolds, one thing is certain: the United States and Canada will never look at each other the same way again. Oh, and in case you're wondering, if this were a movie, Canada would definitely be the unexpected plot twist that turns the whole story on its head. Plot twist or not though, the stakes are as real as it gets. So, where do we go from here? Is Canada's threat a clever negotiation tactic, a bluff, or something else entirely? The truth is, only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. The decisions made in the coming days will have a lasting impact on United States-Canada relations, and possibly the world. So, stay tuned, because this story is far from over. And if you've made it this far, congratulations. You're officially caught up on one of the most intriguing geopolitical dramas of our time. Until next time, keep watching, keep wondering, and most importantly, keep questioning. Because in the world of diplomacy, the only thing certain is uncertainty.